Welcome back to the couch.
Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever.
Literally. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Candace.
And welcome to Don't Start.
And as we like to say, don't start.
Candace, save it for the show.
Exactly. So let's get to it.
Well, you know what?
And
I think we've all been hibernating.
It's so cold out.
I do not remember growing up where it was single digits.
You know what? I don't remember that either, but I do feel like now we're getting winters that are like 6 degrees in the morning, 5 degrees. Is that insane?
Global warming?
Call it whatever you want. Is that actually happening? That it's 6 degrees right now?
Was it you that said it's too cold to snow?
It's too, yes, Tom. Tom's thing is if it's not, has to be like 30 degrees. When it's 30s, he's like, wow, the snow's going to be like, we're going to get a big snowstorm.
Yeah.
But when it's too cold, he's like, it's not going to snow. It's too cold.
So what happens? What's the science of that?
I don't know, but he's always said that. And I go along. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not going to snow.
Too cold to snow.
I have no idea. All I know is it's whatever snow we had now is so frozen.
Yes, and I'm looking outside and it's like, it looks like it should be like 75 degrees.
There was a little
because
girl.
the sun is shining.
It is sun
Thank
shining.
God, you'd think it'd be melting.
No, I have a bus stop in front of my house, and there was a little girl.
That's convenient, though.
So really cute. Yeah. Like I watched all the kids. It's really cute. So slow. All the kids were jumping on the bus really fast. You know, hustling to the bus. It's cold out. She was dragging her feet to the point where I'm talking a good 30 seconds is long to watch a kid just walk to the bus. And the mother picks her, rolls down her window and sits out of the car. And she was like, Andrea, move!
Yeah,
so the kid's name's Andrea.
Up.
Screamed it. And the kid was just like dragging her feet. Like, honestly, I felt her, the dragging of the feet. She looked like she didn't want to do anything but be in her covers.
Isn't that the hardest thing? Getting motivated in this kind of weather. Also, with the time changes when it's really dark. Thank God the sun is coming up now earlier and setting later. Does that affect you?
Yes, I'm the worst. I'm not okay about any of it.
That's why I moved from New York area.
Yes, that's why I was in LA for so long.
Yes,
I'm like, I can't.
I had such trouble getting myself motivated.
It's hard.
It is hard. Mm-hmm. This morning was so cozy. And then like Chad, I got up, made the coffee because that's our thing, right? Chad, you need me to go make the coffee. Yeah. I get up, I get in trouble. How many cups did you actually make? And he's like, you have to make this for this amount. You know, is Tom like that?
Oh,
Chad's more managerial, like
he's
in
precise.
his mindset, and like as a brewer, as
he's
someone
precise.
With what he does, and I'm like very like feel it out.
That's me.
Feel it out.
That's why I can't be a baker. When they're because they're like one exact cup. I'm like, it's fine. You can throw another one in. Yeah. Tom's like, no, Candace, you can't. I'm like, oh, whatever. So
like, and then I realized, oh, did I really put too much or not enough? And it usually is the case. But like after I put the coffee on, he was like starting to get ready for work. And he came back in. He's like, are you back in bed? I was like, it's just so cozy. I love to give a shout out. Cozy Earth sheets and duvet covers are we love it. We live by it. They're bamboo. It's Oprah's favorite thing.
Okay.
I don't know if I've done a shout out to Cozy Earth.
No, we have not.
I owed them a shout out since I got them 2 years ago.
That's great.
Which it might be time to get more.
Yeah.
I mean,
how often are we changing sheets here?
Once a month.
Oh, I do it once a week, and I'm trying to think it's too much.
Oh, gross. So I'm thinking that we're gross.
I don't know.
Chad will always, if I'm, now I feel insecure.
No, don't feel insecure.
If I'm traveling, Chad will keep the sheets on,
You're
and then right before I get there, he'll wash them. So it's
I'm
like
also
fresh.
a night drooler, for sure. I'm disgusting. I'm the worst sleeper ever.
I say when I say if I drool, I slept great.
Yeah, but that's me. I sleep with my mouth open, so I'm always like, I should just change my pillowcase every minute.
Pillowcases make sense, right?
I don't know.
All of them.
But wait, last night you texted our text chain.
I sent messages to like a couple friend chain because I was
with this topic.
Once again, Chad is specific with things. Go ahead.
The weather, outside is so cold that your indoor temp is a problem in your relationship right now. What does that mean?
Well, our heating bill was over $400. What do you guys pay?
No, yes.
Gas.
Oh my God, that's so odd you're saying that. This morning, Tom was like, our heating bill has tripled in the last
So what was it about?
6 months. It was almost close to $1,000.
That's what I was going to say because we have a smaller house. And, 2 rooms in the house don't have the good windows. They have older windows.
The heat is just coming in and filtering and leaving.
And do you know where those windows are? In our bedroom.
I'm so sorry. And that's why you're cold.
So, but we also, it's like a beach bungalow that now is full time, right? So this would be a traditional beach bungalow during the summertime.
And it should be, unless I'm wrong, slightly warmer by where you are versus like outside of right? Because as you go towards the beach, it gets a little warmer. Is that wrong?
Well, I would say it usually gets colder
with the water.
Oh.
Because I live by water too.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I got warmer.
Yours colder and windier.
Yeah, Katie, your place is like a wind tundra. That's not right.
It is.
Cyclone.
The Jersey City wind tundra for sure.
And then right on the Hudson, which has been frozen. I love seeing these gorgeous frozen water, but like,
did you see the videos of the ferry, the Staten Island ferry in the water?
No, can't go.
And like, it's literally
ferries now,
cracking ice. It's cracking ice, the ferry.
Has anybody
as
seen
it
the
goes.
Titanic? Let's just stop with boats in ice.
One of the Instagram videos, I think that like people were like, put your sound on. And when I did, you heard the ice cracking and all I thought of was Titanic.
Yes.
That's all I could think of.
I just saw a video of a cruise up in Antarctica, and and I just sent it to my family. It's just doing the Austin Powers, where you know what when he's like trying to do a K-turn or a U-turn.
Wait, so
and it's
tell
like
us,
boop, boop, boop.
What is the temperature in your house?
So traditionally, right during the summertime, we're like, I think it's a steady 68.
Okay.
Right, even with air conditioning,
your AC kicking on.
Yeah, like
Okay.
68.
Yeah.
But now, when it's just me, I'm at 71. But nighttime, always 69. But during the day, but then when I wasn't here, once again, Chad does things differently when I'm not home. He said he's at a 65.
That's low. That's cold.
That's
Is
cold.
he like a warm-blooded human?
Aren't all men a little bit warm-blooded?
Yes. I mean, Tom's the first one to be like, I'm seeing llamas. It's hot in here. That's the first thing he says. So
llamas.
Like we're in like a desert and he's seeing llamas. That's like the first thing he says. It's so hot in here, Can. And I'm like, is it?
Camels?
Camels, llamas, same thing.
Are they?
I don't know.
Do llamas love heat too?
I don't know. My cousin Keith says it too. He's like, seeing llamas. And I'm like,
really
what? So now my family has
Camels.
adopted this phrase.
That is very
We're
funny.
seeing llamas, and that means it's hot.
I would like to know, and maybe this could be a Katie thing. Our research, are men running hotter? Like, are their body temperatures higher?
Well, at night, I think I don't know if I said it on a podcast. I'm just gonna, embarrass my husband, but he literally was like, I can't sleep with clothes on anymore. And I was like, is it because you're you're sweating?
Chad loves the
Yeah.
But
Tom's
then
like,
on
I
the
don't
other
wanna-
hand, he shows up and he's in like a sweatshirt. It's like extreme. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't sleep in bundled clothes.
I can't. I have to sleep in some sort of PJ.
Me
But I
too.
do have a weighted blanket. Oh, that shit. Yeah, it's
I
great.
think our blanket's just heavy, but
No, mine's weighted. It's got weights
we
on it.
talked about it with Henry.
Yes.
With the weighted cape.
The weighted blanket is amazing because it just throws you down, and you're like, I'm
Excuse
in.
me.
I'm in. And
That's all
but
it takes, Tom.
I think seriously these days, yeah. I will say I think men are like literally physically hotter in their bodies than women.
Hotter.
I hate to say it, guys, but the internet disagrees. Says no, women typically have a slightly higher core body temperature than men
Wild.
on average.
Wow, the only time I can think back where I was like hotter. Then Tom was when I was
Perimenopausal.
pregnant. It was when I was pregnant.
Exactly.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so hot. And I felt like the flush to my face a lot. But it was also, a human. You're growing a human. It's very different. But otherwise, I'm always colder.
I have that the last 2 years,
You're feeling hotter these days.
but it comes out of nowhere.
And it comes out of nowhere.
Perimenopausal.
Is it?
I
It
hate
does
that
say
word.
I
that
don't think
men
I would.
often feel warmer and have warmer skin due to higher muscle mass.
Oh, they're so muscly, which I do love.
And the amount of muscle us women are supposed to be maintaining and the amount of weight we have to be lifting on a weekly basis is almost impossible. We're supposed to lift a lot of weights to keep our muscle tone these days.
As you get older.
Yeah.
But let's also talk about, do we remember back in the day, the curvier and more voluptuous
Yeah,
a woman
I'm
was,
staying
the
in that
richer
lane.
she was? Yeah.
Can we just stay in that
Look
lane?
at any of the old school paintings.
I know.
Those women were curvy.
And Sophia Loren was like literally quoted for years and years and years. And she said the one thing that makes her the happiest and keeps her working is eating pasta. And I'm always like, yes, I do love pasta, especially in the cold. I love soups and pastas and stews when I'm cold.
Well, that's what I was going to say. With our hibernation in this cold, do you find yourself getting a little extra padding?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Well, I was going to double down on, I was talking to a woman at the Mercedes-Benz dealership that she was up at 4 a.m.
You're
to
name
get her,
dropping.
I'm going to get a free Mercedes-Benz, to get up for the gym. She was up at 4.
And then she drives to the gym?
And yes.
Yeah, no.
I said, do you do a class? Because the only way to get my ass moving and is going to be
Someone
on
has to
like
tell me.
motivated.
That's right.
Like, especially at 4:30 in the morning. Like, oh, I'm getting up.
And it's freezing. I wonder what her
She
apartment
must be
temp is.
exhausted at noon.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I'm up at 5, and it's not because I'm like, and I'm not up at 5 like I'm ready to go. Like I'm up at 5:15. I try to make myself drink warm water with lemon. I try to do a yoga 15 minutes, get it in, and before I know it, oh my God, I do some work, and my child's up at 6:37. So it's like, you try to get things in.
Are you always up at 5?
5:30.
So I naturally wake up at 5 to use the bathroom. And honestly, I
You
literally
could stay up.
I could stay up, but I don't feel great then come 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, no. Well,
How are you feeling right now?
I mean,
is it nap time?
when you said 9, 10 o'clock, I was thinking like 9 at night. I'm like 8:30. I'm like, we're going up to bed, right?
Oh, we go to sleep early these days.
I'm early. But I have to know, what did we say your temperature of your apartment is at, or your house?
When I left, it was probably at 69.
Okay, so
everybody consensus
it
was
yeah,
69.
What was the tally of the poll that you took of texting
One of my
everyone?
friends was like 64. Like, and I was like, what
Even
are
in
we doing?
this weather?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I think it was like, 68, 69.
All right, so I'm at a 69,
Our
70.
floor, I think, doesn't have proper insulation. So
No.
my toesies are cold.
My toes are always cold.
And everyone's just like, layer up. And I was like, but I want to just walk around like comfortable.
No.
I guess I can't. And that cost me.
It costs you $500 in your heating bill. Yep, welcome to adulting.
And then the other day I saw, they're going to put up the water bill now. What is happening? Mm-hmm. Why is everything going up? Give
don't
it a
know.
break.
I don't.
We're all tired.
But I will say,
Financially, it is too much
it
to
is
just
too much.
every day to wake up cost you.
That's your platform right now.
That's what it's true. We've been busy over here. Candace's theatrical special, Italian Bread, is officially out now on Prime and Apple TV. This weekend, I'm back on the road with WWE for NXT Live. And like always, you can catch me on WWE NXT Tuesdays on the CW Network. Keep up with everything Don't Start at Don't Start Podcast on Instagram. Have a great week, guys. I think I've been doing better with, remember, Frugal 2026.
Yeah, how'd that go? We're 3 weeks in.
Well, I'll tell you this. They lost my bag when I was in Amsterdam.
Yes.
We may have talked about this
We did.
But I was very frustrated, sad, because to then get all that stuff again costs so much money.
Oh, no.
So it
it's
just makes me
insane.
sad. I'm like, you work and you work and you work. And there it goes again. See you later.
Tom said to me this morning, this is very funny, we're having this conversation, because he said this morning, he's like, we need to save more. And I looked at him and said, are people saving today? Or is everything we're making going out? And this is not a financial podcast, but I think we should have a financial person on. We say that.
Oh, God, please.
Right? We need a financial person to be
just
like,
don't think about it.
save $1,200
I'm
a month.
aware, but yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I need that person. My dad is amazing at that, right? But he grew up in a time when money was being made more and things cost less. Now things cost a lot
My mother
more.
doesn't want to believe it, though.
Oh,
She,
yeah,
like,
no, I know.
But your father worked really hard. I said, don't take away everybody else working hard nowadays. Of course, we all work hard.
No, yeah.
But everything costs.
Oh,
so
100%. My mom said to me the other day, she's like, oh, I want to give you money for the bill. I was like, what bill? And we went out to eat or something. You know, she gets
my
mad
mother
at me.
never. She's
My
just like,
mom is
oh, the bill
so
came
funny.
already? You're like,
that's very funny. And my mother goes, I'm giving you money. I said, Mom, I want to pay for the whole thing. And she made me laugh because she, like you said, she grabbed the bill and she went, I can't see, how much is this? And I was like, I told her how much. She goes, oh my God, I thought it'd be half than what that was. Like, not connecting what things really cost, right? Yeah. And I don't know if it's an older generational thing, but things cost more now than they did
my
then.
mom plays like, oh, the bill already came? And I'm like, and then last night,
Do you guys pass the bill around? Who's getting it? Who's getting it?
no, I usually just throw my card in real quick.
You're great.
But I've been not doing that as often because I'm like, this can't go on.
No, you're not doing it because it's Frugal 26.
Yeah, it's Frugality 26.
Frugality 26.
So I think I've been more conscious, but like even like I got home from work the other day and it's like things that make you happy. Like we are going to order sushi. I am tired and it's cold.
Yeah.
So let us
that's
eat
fine.
the sushi.
I told
But
you.
sushi is $100 meal.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Is like remember my oven went and we're going to do this thing where we're going to like save, and like no, we went out to eat 2 or 3 times because that's where we're at.
Yeah. Well, you had to.
And you had to, but also last night we went out to eat just because we wanted to.
Oh, where'd you go?
Oh, we went to Charlie's again.
Oh, yeah,
I love
yeah.
Charlie's. We went out
What
because
do you eat when you go there?
oh gosh, I do like they have a great salmon. Tom likes the burger. They also have really good tuna tartare there. Like they have good stuff.
I think it's probably the same menu we have in Bayhead.
I would think so.
Yeah.
It's so good. But like we had an
just-
exciting week.
I'm guilty. I love spending money going out to eat.
No, that's not I think that's okay.
It's too much. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but I do think
when you
because
go to the
everything is
grocery
going
store,
up. Yeah.
and you
But groceries are high. Come on now. Everything's high.
yeah, and all that effort. I can't do this effort. I made medium boiled eggs, not hard, medium. So it's a little bit soft, and they were lovely.
Okay, no, I can't have the yellow.
I tried to do the
whipping? What are we doing? We're doing a hand gesture. What's happening here?
Poaching?
poaching eggs.
Thank you. I was like, what is happening here?
And you're supposed to you spin it. You're
I
supposed to
don't
put
understand how
vinegar.
Oh,
Vinegar, you drop it in. you let
Yes.
it
Do you do
swirl.
it, Katie?
Katie does it
I
apparently.
do. Yeah, I love a poach. I'm a runny yolk girl.
I love a poached egg.
No, I can't have any of that runniness happening. I'm not going to
It
make
takes
it.
some time, and I always find that I have to, when I take it out of the little vinegar hot tub, I have to put it like on a paper towel. I don't know how to get it not wet when it comes out, if that makes sense.
Well,
can't.
what
Gross.
I was happening is like I felt like I didn't have vinegar, so I was just spinning it like a mad woman, and it's still like separating. So then I
No.
gave up.
No, it's gross. I'm going to vomit. I can't handle it.
I love
can't.
the egg and ramen. Which let's talk about a nice winter soup. Ramen is delish. Do you know like the ramen eggs?
You know what? No. I'm
Then
going to throw
they're a
up.
medium boil, and then they're on the yummy ramen flavors within it.
No, I can't do it. I just can't have an egg be runny. Nothing can be juicing out of that thing. It's jizzing. It's gross. I don't want it. I said it. I said the word because that's what it feels like. That's what it looks like.
I never want you to say that word. Would you say that word on stage?
Jizzing? I think I do.
No.
Yeah, I probably do. I've said way worse than that on stage.
I don't like that word out of your mouth. It makes me uncomfortable. And I'm not that G-rated, but I don't like that
You're
word.
not G-rated, but I have used the word plenty of times when I'm walking in New York. And you know when you're walking through the streets
And the
water,
air conditioning
something
drips on you,
drops
you're
on
like,
you, and you're
"Oh!"
looking above, and you're
Yes.
like, "Oh my god!" And that's where the word comes out. It's like, did someone just jizz on me? That's the word.
Well,
it
yeah,
comes out.
so
It
let's
feels
talk
like
about
that.
it.
It's
Like,
disgusting.
You know, would you rather accept a freezing cold day in New York or the hottest day of the year walking in Manhattan? Everyone's like, it's so beautiful in the summer. And I was like, when I walked around Manhattan and things were dripping on me.
Dripping.
And you're just like, what just dripped on me?
And I don't like walking into if we're going
Subway.
the subway, when you walk down and then all of a sudden it feels like you're in a sauna, I have a moment where I'm like, bacteria is festering in this petri dish right now. I cannot stay here. Like, it's gross.
Yeah.
So I would say I'll probably lean more towards the winter, but Tom would tell you no because he spent a winter here alone when I was in LA, and he has never let me live this down.
Yeah.
We've spent so many winters apart and together, but this one in particular, he does not let me live down because it was so cold. It was a few years ago, and he was like bundled with only his eyes
Yeah.
visible. And
Yeah.
every day he was miserable. He was like, I will take 100 degrees over this freaking 5, 4, 10
Yeah.
degrees. You know, you had to wake up in the morning, go to work, the whole thing.
Walking everywhere, which is
Just
so
walking.
healthy, right?
It is.
But it hurts the face.
It
I
hurts.
remember I was working years ago in Chicago, and it was the polar vortex. So
Yes.
the weather experts,
Chicago is tough.
the news media, stop making these absurd names. So we have some cyclone bomb or bomb cyclone.
You know, it's like
coming this-
Hurricane Fern, Snowstorm Fern or something.
No, this weekend we supposedly have a cyclone bomb. And then a weather reporter was like, this is something that's normal, but media will now make it that it's a terrifying word. So this was the polar vortex, and everybody in Chicago wears jackets that look like sleeping bags. Have you seen them? It's a puffy jackets, but it goes to your ankles. All the girls that I worked with. But I just remember we went out to dinner and we were trying to go to bars, younger Sarah, and we
Younger
were
Sarah.
running and like crying, laughing. I just remember it just felt psychotic. And you just were like running to the next bar to go get a whiskey to warm up again.
Yes.
But it was so cold that like the crying laughter was like freezing on your face. But I just remember it just felt like insanity how cold it was.
No, I can't take it. I'm not good. I'm here. I'm surviving. We're all making it through. We're going to get through this winter, people. But I don't feel like it's fair right now.
It's not fair.
Mother Nature's having
But
she's going through
You want to know something that's lovely and wonderful coming up?
Yeah.
The Winter Olympics.
Yes, the Winter
It might have
Olympics.
already been on. It may be on, depending when this comes out.
That's
we
true.
like to play that game.
It might be on.
So I love the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm a big Olympics fan.
I get emotional.
I particularly like swimming. That's the one I really like.
Well,
but
that's
it's not
yeah.
the winter.
Well, that was going to be the question. Which do you prefer?
I'm sorry. I'm a Michael Phelps girl. Was obsessed for years watching him swim. I think it's because Tom grew up as a swimmer and he was so good at it.
Oh yeah, Janice was too.
So good.
So funny. My sister-in-law went to States.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like when I've seen his past videos or him swim, I'm like, God, you look like a fish. It reminded me of and they have the same stature. Like there's a specific
big shoulders,
specific stature to
narrow
be a swimmer.
hips.
So I'm a big swimming fan, but
Big pectorals.
Pectorals, as my mother would say, pectorals. She
Does
loves
she
that
say
word.
it?
Yeah, she loves
so
that
it's
word.
funny. I thought the same thing. I love the Olympics so much.
Yes.
To see people achieve their dreams. And now I work with Olympic athletes.
How do you feel about that?
I work with gold medal winning wrestlers. They do, they're in track and field. None of them are winter. They're all summer.
Yeah, because it's cold.
It's too cold. I love skiing. I love watching the skiing. We have a lot of, I think, athletes. We have figure skaters that are from Jersey that are in the Olympics this year. I just think it is like, it's like when we think Broadway, but like top next level, like you will get a gold medal for hitting that high C.
But I gotta say something. Don't you feel, Listen, I think Olympics is wonderful. I think we need to have it in this world. I think it's great. I also feel like the amount of pressure these poor people train for how many years for the next Olympics, and if they lose or they miss it by a minute, a second, a millisecond, and then they got to train all 4 years again.
But these
that
poor
is
people,
so stressful to me.
It's high stress and high pressure,
Right?
Pressure, and that's something that
The
we could
discipline.
talk about. The gymnast.
Yes.
That
I don't know.
Katie, the one that she ended up doing gymnastics because of her mental health.
Oh, yes.
Simone Biles. I saw the SB. I saw the SB.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Simone Biles has had a long-lasting career, right? And I think she also is a personality. So a lot of these, like Tara Lipinski has now moved on as a commentator for figure skaters. So they make a career of it.
Fun fact, Tara Lipinski used to take my bar class when I taught in LA. And every time she'd come in, she was so disciplined. And I remember thinking, oh, well, that's why you're good at what you do. Like, never came out of the position a second earlier.
Think anyone that's going to go into the Olympics is like, I'm going the flow.
But you know, when you go to a class, you're like, I'm not
discipline
doing 10 push-ups or 15. I'm doing 12. Like, you know, she just always.
Right, of
commitment.
course. And I think that's stuff that's so impressive to me. And like I'm saying, like I'm working amongst these people. For me, they are the best in what they've done. And yes, it is this like limited time that they have it, but they did train, they did dedicate. And yes, there is sadness in that kind or it's pressure with how quickly it can come and go.
Yeah.
Emotionally, mental health is very important. My sister-in-law's sister, Callie, does mental health for athletes.
Oh, wow.
Because it is like there is a lot of therapy.
There's got to be.
Obviously, there's therapy to get your brain focused to be able to achieve. But then what do you do after? Whether it's failure, whether it's you had the success and now what next? I think those are important things to
I think that's okay.
talk about.
So I'm going to relate this to us and also what I feel like I'm currently going through. But for instance, you go to the Olympics, you train. You discipline. You go to the Olympics.
Why don't we think
you
this is
do
pure
well.
joy?
No, it is pure joy. But wait, I think there's something here because you do the thing.
There's definitely. I agree.
You do the thing, and then it's like you just said, it's over, and it's like, okay, what do you do now? You're in a show. The show closes.
Extreme high to extreme
You're
low.
on a film set. It's over. And for me personally, I just had this. I'm going to call it, a moment in the sun where it's like I released the comedy special. And I did, and I have some other few press things happening and going, and you're on the wavelength, and all of a sudden you hit not a wall, but it's like an emotional hangover. Yeah. And I felt that. I felt that where I was like, oh, it's out there. Okay, now what?
Because we are people that go,
Wow.
right? And to these people that are in the Olympics, that's the extreme.
Extreme.
Right? So it was funny. I've talked about the moment. It's what you've said to me, and I've actually talked about it a few times now, but you said to me, just do what makes you happy. And I laughed, and I was
she
like...
laughed in my face.
I did laugh. I was like, it's not about just seeking happiness now in life, but I got a video from a friend, and I could post it as well, but it's like, we will have highs, we will have lows. So what we're seeking is to find something balanced in our life.
Yes.
To find peace in the moments
I understand
that
that.
are in between. Because we will feel happiness, but with that, we feel the opposite. Just like my mom said, I loved your dad so much. That's why the grief is so heavy. And we've talked about that in general with John Edward and everything. But I think that's the same in all of our emotions.
Yes.
So if we can find a peaceful balance, because all of them will happen to us.
Yeah. It's
and to
so
some
true.
people dedicated to going to the extreme of life as going to the Super Bowl, how do you balance those emotions then coming down?
It's really
It's
tough.
very interesting.
I'm going to say the emotional hangover it's real. It's true. I mean, even being in school, I remember our theater teachers would teach us, we built the set, then we were the leads of the show, and then it was time when the show closed and then we had to take down the set. And I remember thinking, well, why don't they just hire people to take it down? I had that moment, right? Like, why are we doing it? And my theater professor was literally like, Candace, I want you to feel what it's like to take it apart, because that's like, we're preparing you emotionally for that. And I thought that's genius.
I don't think it's just that. I'm gonna take this moment from you and say it's about realizing how much it takes to put on a show.
That's what he was teaching us.
Yes.
I'm gonna take this from you
because you're like, I am emotionally breaking down the show that I loved.
It was.
I think it's about seeing all the jobs it takes.
Yes.
So I always talk about that when I'm at WWE live events and we are traveling the world.
Yes.
And we have a production crew that's front of house. We have production that's back of house. We have, and this is like 9,000, 10,000.
Billion people,
Billions of people. Well, literally, the people I work with are currently in Saudi Arabia for Royal Rumble.
Wow.
And they built an arena stadium in Saudi Arabia. But they do it every time we're there, which is... great. And so, but the fact is we all have to acknowledge as performers, and I think sometimes performers forget that.
Yeah.
That, that light that's shining on your face, it doesn't just miraculously appear.
No.
May we acknowledge all the work
learning
that's there.
that and touring the country by myself, literally with Tom, and figuring out who,
You're
like
like,
you said,
oh, honey, I would
this
figure
is
out
work.
how I could stand there and manipulate. Be
right? I'm like, you don't
Get
realize
AI lights. Which they have them now where if you're in the news and stuff where they have the automatic cameras that can be, instead of someone behind a camera.
Yes, there was
you could be doing it from the booth.
There was when we did the Good Day New York just recently, they had a floating camera droney thing, and I was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. Usually it's someone behind a camera. It's kind of alien-like. But yes, the appreciation for everyone who runs the lights, the thing, all these things, right? And there's more to every facet going on with the Olympics too, all those journalists that now have to travel, and everyone, your family and friends that come to see you, everyone's a part of it. But there is the high and the low, and it's really...
And you're on TV doing it all.
I know, and you're on TV.
It's to the nth degree.
Yeah,
and that's where I look at these people and I'm blown away.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever want to do the Olympics.
I see them as a different
Do you want
entity.
to do the Olympics?
No, I know that I'm not going to do Olympics. Oh my God, it's like my girlfriend who went to school for to be a ballet dancer. She does Pilates and stuff. And maybe it wasn't nice. And you guys can tell me I wasn't nice.
Oh, what'd you do?
But she's in her 40s now. And I'm like, you're not going to be a prima ballerina. It's okay to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Was that not okay?
It's gone.
Did it come off a little bitchy?
The time had passed.
How did you deliver
The time
it?
has passed that I am going to be an Olympic athlete. I don't even
But the
think...
time was never there. Your goal was never to be an Olympic athlete.
No, I did. I think...
Come on now.
No,
What would you do? What would be your
soccer.
sport?
I would have played soccer.
Who are you right now? You would have played soccer?
I played soccer my whole
didn't
life, and
know
I loved,
this.
I was a good athlete.
I hate soccer.
But the thing that I was going to
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm so excited for the World Cup as well. But what I was going to say is, I think I want to know this as a parent.
Yeah.
I think my parents put me in so much, which is the triple threat kind of idea of musical theater, right? Singing, dancing,
Sure,
acting.
you do it all.
So I did do it all, but I did it all even with like being an athlete. And my
Yeah.
dad was very much like, because I almost got an agent when I was like younger, and my dad was like, I want you to be a kid. I want you to be in
Sure.
school. I want you to go to prom and be
Yeah.
there, present. But I still did X, Y, and Z and had no life and didn't take
know,
a lunch.
I know.
Because I did
Same.
orchestra. I did.
Yeah.
But would you, if Maverick is phenomenal at baseball, will you cut everything out and make him focus on baseball?
You know, that's a really good question, I think, for like
Chad and I always talk
all
about
people in all things. Because as, like you said, growing up, my mom and dad put us into all things.
Yep.
They immediately saw, I mean, I went to my mother and I was like, do not ever bring me to softball again. I hated it. I was
don't
like,
love
I don't want to
softball.
do this. I was not sportsy. I was like, just bring me back to dance class. Just bring me
Yeah.
back to theater. So that was it. So my
I
parents
don't think
focused
I
us on
ever
that.
complained to go places. I think I just did it.
That's really great.
I
No,
think
I
about it in my
complained.
mind because I think about my two nieces, and they're like, I don't want to do this today.
That's
but
really
I don't
great.
remember being like, I don't want to go today.
No,
I
no.
remember school being like, oh, I have a tummy ache.
Oh no, same. No, school.
It's a good one.
Sports. That was all intertwined with
Yeah.
Candace being like, do I need this in life? Like, I just never wanted. I always felt
Yeah.
out of place. As I'm being a mom now, looking at Maverick, Tom and I always joke that I'm like, look at this kid. He grabs and puts the baseball on the tee and swings and hits.
Yeah, is baseball his thing?
I have no idea, but like we put him in like these little like they're called course classes where he does like a little quick kickball. I mean, he's 19
cute.
months, 20 months, whatever. And like does kickball and things and runs and then throws the ball in the basket,
Yeah.
like whatever it is. And Tom looked at me and he was like, our kid is going to be like total sports and you and I are going to be like, is there an intermission at this thing? Because we
love a
don't
good
know.
intermission.
And we're
I
laughing
I
at
always
that.
do that. I'm a
We
regular
do.
like
We are.
because
That's us.
hockey has periods, and I'm like, and
I just went to-
I actually think they call it intermission in hockey.
Oh, do they?
Because
That
it's
would
not
be great.
halftime because there's 3 periods.
I mean, I just went to my nephew's wrestling match. He did so great. He's such a rock star. Tom and I were lost. Tom was like, is there an intermission? I was like, I don't know. Is there concessions? Like, you just have all these questions. But I would support my kid, whatever he wanted to do. Would I drop everything and be like, focus on this? I think if he was like, Ma, please don't bring me back to football. I want to go back to baseball. Then don't do it.
So the question is that Chad and I always talk about is like, is it better to have a well-rounded? It is intermission in hockey. I thought
thank you,
so.
Katie.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Katie.
Just thank you for confirming that.
Thank you for
It was
reading.
on last night. And I heard them say intermission. And I was like, oh, there are intermissions in some
That made me feel
sports.
really good.
But we question, I had a cousin who she was pre-Olympics, like she was doing the pre-Olympic team. And I think when she went to college, she said, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And then you dedicate so
'Cause
much.
that's tough. That's
so you
tough.
get burnout.
Yeah.
But for me and you, like I was singing and dancing at 5 years old, being like, let's go. And I was auditioning and I was going to New York. And I'm like, now I feel it. I was auditioning for Broadway stuff in elementary school
Like
and
as a
junior
kid,
high. And
I didn't. I started
was
later.
touring. I was doing, singing
Yeah.
at Lincoln Center. Kind of like Tom, we were talking about it. I went over Europe, but I never felt burnt out. But I do feel like now later in life, I'm like, all right, I achieved all this variety of stuff. But I think everybody's at the age of 40 where you're just like, okay, what is this next fulfillment? What is this next
I
pivot?
think everyone's like.
But I wasn't necessarily burnt out per se.
You were never a burnt out kid. I wasn't either. I'm a late bloomer, hands
Yeah.
down. I started things later. Things come to me later. That's just how I morph as a human. And I think there are a lot of people like that. It takes me a bit to find my footing and then how I'm going to do stuff in any aspect, whatever that is. But I do feel, I see it. My cousins have a bunch of kids in all sports and we'll go and support. And you see some parents screaming to their kid that's on the field. And like, even Tom looked at me and he was like, look at that kid.
Yeah.
That kid is playing for dad. That kid wasn't playing for himself.
Maybe there wasn't the same pressure. Like, I think that like we found things and I would do it. I don't think it was like pressed upon me to go into this city for these auditions. I think it was like, oh, look. And I'd be like excited and pumped to be like, oh, it's big on Broadway. Let's go audition for it. I don't know. I also think we have a lot of more variety in our performance.
Let me defend the parents today because I didn't realize how much things cost. What I mean by that is you're like, we have a friend whose son is, I think, 6 years old, and she was talking about how he's going to start hockey. And I was like, that's so great. She's like, Candace, hockey, the pads, the stick, everything was so expensive. So if you're a parent that is gripping on financially in a lot of ways of like, you better like this because this cost me so much. I do think there's a stress level that gets onto the kid. Or if you're an obsessed person with the sport of football and now your kid's playing. So I do think there's that. So I feel bad for some parents and I'm like, I know this cost you a lot of money. You really want this to work.
Yeah. But I also am someone where like, if you see your kid shining, dedicate. Like, put what you can.
Mom tells the joke, which is, and it's not a joke, it's a true thing. I was, 5 or 6 years old, and we had a dance recital. Do you remember those disco balls that they used to hang sometimes at dance recitals on the ceiling?
Of course.
We had a disco ball.
Yeah.
And the disco ball disconnected and fell behind us and crashed.
Oh my God, that was a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Totally. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember. I was 5 or 6.
Happened?
My mom said every kid, every parent, the audience jumped up and was like, ah! And went to like grab their kid, and kids ran off. My mom's like, I couldn't get you off. You was I was finishing the dance.
This is great. Yeah, I love that.
She said you looked behind you, it'd be like, oh, that's all it was, and just kept going. Yeah. So I do think as a parent, you go, well, that kid's gonna have to do something in stage. Of course. If your kid's knocking the ball out of the park,
it's very that's Phantom of the Opera.
My dad, who knows nothing about theater, was like, what's that musical with the chandelier?
Dads love Phantom. Are you kidding me?
Like that
Dads
happened.
Love Phantom and Michael Crawford. Yes.
What is that?
I don't know, but I will tell you. Wintertime burns me out, and I know we're wrapping up, and that's where
we're talking too much.
I'm bringing back to burnout. I think I find it's hard for me to motivate for working out.
I think you do well. I do.
That's very kind of you.
Sarah always has makeup on.
Because
she looks
I'm like,
great.
Well, makeup will always happen. Hair will always happen. Because you know what? You always put lipstick on because it makes you. Grandma always said never leave the house without lipstick. And true. My cousin Eddie, who obviously he's a man, he goes, I realized why Grandma always put on lipstick, what it meant. It's like. Yeah. Because every day is a gift, and you should make sure you feel special walking into the world. That's really sweet. That you're like always ready to put your face on and let's go.
That's what they said too. I love that. My mom would say, "Don't leave the house without mascara in case you get hit by a car and the ambulance has to pick you up. Make sure you look good." She said it to me all the time. I'm like, so I'm getting
wear
hit.
Fresh underwear.
So apparently, I'm getting hit by a car.
I wear fresh, but like, my brother said in one emergency room because he works in the emergency room. He's like the damnedest things. Like one motorcycle biker like got stripped out of his leather pants. And he was like in a hot pink underwear or something like that.
Are we not going to talk about The Pit? We should have your brother on and talk about the TV show The Pit. I'm going to make you watch it.
No, he loved Scrubs. He felt like that was the closest to
me. Has he watched The Pit?
No, I keep trying to, and I don't start. A girl that don't start. A girl that I worked with on a short film in LA is now working on it. It's pretty badass. Isn't it crazy that that's true. You just see friends that you did or like even somebody who worked on one day or promo modeling doing great.
Shout out to my friend Ken, who's the doctor on one of the doctors on there too. Yeah. Yes, I know. I did a CBS showcase with him, and I was like, dude,
we can't start. I'm telling you, we gotta go.
Oh, we gotta go.
It's time to.
We really gotta go.
Don't start was for real, man.
Don't start was for real. But I had to say,
we talked about a lot of stuff. We're not going to be Olympic athletes. We're going to kick our butts in, and I'm going to do some push-ups and deep lunges when we're wrapped up today.
I don't know. I may not.
I gotta tight the derriere. I'm going to be in a bikini next month, going to a surf camp with surfers.
Why? Why are you doing that?
I can't talk about it.
Oh, God, don't start.
We're going on a retreat. We're surfing.
Thanks for joining us today.
You can follow us on Instagram at Don't Start Podcast.
Or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
And we'll see you next time, friends.
Don't Start is produced by Anthony Street Productions.